Microsoft Azure, or formerly known as Windows Azure, is a cloud computing service created by Microsoft Company with the intent for businesses to build, test, deploy, and manage application and services through Microsoft data centers. Microsoft Azure is always growing its number of cloud services to help any organization meet and exceed any business challenges. With the backing of a large and reliable company like Microsoft, you can expect quality and performance that exceeds the competition. What better way to show how reliable Microsoft Azure is than its numbers? First, 95% of Fortune 500 companies trust Microsoft Azure to offer them proper services and security. This may be because Microsoft invests $1 billion in security of customers' data every year. That money goes to employing 3,500 cybersecurity experts, streamlining 90-plus compliance offerings, research and development for security software, and detecting 6.5 trillion threats every single day. On top of the large-scale security implemented in Azure, Microsoft has developed Azure to be a global service. Microsoft has more data centers in more regions of the world than any other cloud provider. This allows global enterprises to reduce the cost, time, and complexity of operating on a global scale. When compared to competitors like Amazon Web Services, Azure is only 1/5 the price and offers more value to your company. This value comes in the form of savings through existing licenses with Microsoft and free extended security updates. Azure is what you need to be more competitive in this ever-expanding market.
So to set up a blob container to store a static website, we're going to go over to Storage Accounts and click Add to make a new storage account. And as that loads, we're going to check the Azure subscription 1 and do the resource group that was already created earlier. For the storage account name, we'll just do John is cool. And we want to make sure our location is where we're going to be using it, set standard, and storage v2. Create that as soon as it's created. It's going to come up and wait for the deployment. It can take a few minutes, and as soon as that is good to go, we are going to go home to our home screen on Azure. And go back into our storage containers, and we'll try to refresh here. For some reason it didn't show up, so we're just gonna go into our storage explorer for Azure and check to make sure it was there. And yep, we can see it's there. So let's try to go back to our Microsoft Azure, maybe try to log in again. We'll try to refresh the page. Maybe that'll do it. Click back into our storage accounts. Alright, and perfect. We can see the John is cool storage account is there, so we're going to go ahead and open that up. And we're going to go ahead and scroll down to static website. On here, we're going to enable the static website and just type in index.html. And don't forget to save your work. I almost forgot to do that. So we'll go ahead and save that and go up to configuration. Here we're just going to disable the secure transfer required. Save that. And we're going to head over to the Storage Explorer. And we went to John is Cool and the $web, and here I have already downloaded a free website template for us to upload into our storage account in order to have a functioning website. So here we're having a little difficulty, but usually you can just highlight all of your files that you want to export from your saved files and import them into your storage container. And we had done this earlier, so here we're trying to figure out kind of what was going on. And here you can see the website templates have all the pages you're going to need. So we're just going to go back to our Microsoft Azure and just kind of like check. And we're just in our $web, and here is where our test trial was. So same website, same process, just in a different spot.
All right, so for question 4, we're going to go under the $web and download the index.html. Once that's downloaded, we're going to put it in a code editor. I use Bracker. And you can just override the other thing it says when it pops up. So then under this, you can just change anything that you want. I'm just going to change some text here. I'll make it say, John is cool. Oh, extra cool now. File, I'll save that. And then once I save it and re-upload it by dragging it into the thing, it should be live. So this is just dragging it into there. A pop-up's gonna come up and we're gonna hit replace and allow. Yes, it's potentially unsafe. And then you see the change here, John is extra cool now.
Making an alias based on your domain name is very simple. You will go to Azure and then go to custom domain. Then you will copy and paste the domain, and then you will go to your GoDaddy, and then you will add, and then select the type, which is CNAME. Then put Azure or whatever host it is. Then you paste what you copied from from Azure. Then you set your time. You can set different time limits. You save this. Then you go back to your Azure site and you refresh it, make sure everything looks right. Then you will go back to your GoDaddy site and make sure that the CNAME is saved and that everything links up, and that when they click that site, it actually takes them to the right site.